Hello, my name is Shudley. Welcome back for another episode of Ep20 as Finland. In previous episodes, we started building a whole lot of universities. We do actually have the innovation already at 76. But yeah, it's going to take a while probably to reach the full height there, but at least we are getting our trench works already in 5 to 10 months, which will then, of course, unlock the trench infantry, and that's going to be our... I wouldn't say initially secret weapon, but it's going to be our primary weapon against any Russian attacks against us. Hopefully that won't happen, but you never know. In the meanwhile, we've still got 3 more universities being built, among other things. Exploding demand. Oh yeah, explosive factory throughput for some time. I don't actually know how long that's going to be. I guess we're going to actually have a look at over here. 4 years. Sure. That should make the explosive factory over here a bit more profitable. Right now, it's still having quite a lack of explosives in the state itself. We're producing already 43. There is probably a bit of imports already, I reckon. Oh yeah, Trade Center's importing 120. So at least that's going to provide us a little bit of leeway while we set up the productions. And hopefully, once we get all sorted out, we should have a decent increase in the GDP total. Because that is going to be a lot more production that we can do, and then we can do a bit more trading with it and all that. We'll have a lot cheaper iron, which, well, we've got a decently cheap iron right now. It's not, like, insanely cheap, but it's good enough. What is the, oh, right, you're building the infrastructure down here, aren't we? Yeah, we're building the railway, eventually. There's still a university's being built, so we did get the construction speed now to, well, it's 119 point something something, most likely. 119.5, okay. So there's not a huge amount that we get from there, but it's still better than nothing, I suppose. Anywho, so we'll be building those. We don't have a truce with Russia anymore, I don't think. No. Enforced nationalization. That could be somewhat useful, I suppose, but no, I don't think we're going to do that. Anti-American League offers opportunity. Defensive pact with Great Britain. You know what, we'll try to pursue that. I don't think Britain's actually going to give us that, though. No. We would have to do a whole lot of concessions to them. Nah. Okay, well, at least we'll have that. Empty pockets. For positive movements, we'll get a bit more loyalist in our capital regions. And now we've got 1.2 million loyalists, so that's 1/3 of the population are loyalists. That's actually really good. The principal population, the poor laws. Ah, right, so some intellectuals are warning that if the poor laws are not passed, the increase in population of unproductive poor will become an unmaintainable burden on society. Let's see, so we can get... Oh, that's setback. We don't take the setback. Well, no, we'll take a bit more radicals, I guess, but that's fine. Get 15% success chance there, so that's now 29%. Another university will be built very shortly. Now that's going to be the universities in our capital, which are going to be the next in turn. Then we'll be building a port also in our capital, because there's a whole lot of trade in there, so getting the merchant marine locally produced would be quite handy. It's not necessarily have to be locally produced in there, but it does help. We've got 12.2 million now. There we go. I think the production of explosives is now starting to pick up some speed over here. Insufficient construction for investment pool again. Right. I mean, yeah, I suppose the investment pool are increasing rather quickly right now. Unacceptable government as well right now. I guess we'll just go ahead and get another construction sector over here. We'll go ahead and get a few more construction sectors over here. Get that to 5. We can probably go ahead and get this to 5. We might be expanding our construction speed a little bit in here, but honestly, at this point, I'm alright with that. We'll build as quickly as we can. I suppose that also... Oh, we're building some stuff in Sweden now. Alright then. We've got the food industry still... Well, 2 of them actually being built in our capital. Well, there's 2 foreign queues as well. But it's... oh, actually 3 now. Steel mill, a port, and a logging camp. Ah, right. It's one of the British companies building the steel mill. Our government is still rather unacceptable, though. But I suppose there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Unless I... If I reform the government... Go back to this. There we go. So the legitimacy goes up. It won't really change much on the poor laws, but it does mean that we'll get the rolls a lot more frequently, so we can actually pass this law in a reasonable time. Might get... Actually, I don't think we even got a whole lot of radicals from that. There we go. 16.1 standard of living. That's starting to be pretty good. We're number 3 in the world. I'm guessing there's... yeah, it's just Cuba and Sweden ahead of us. We're still just barely above Australia, though. So we've got a bit of work to do. But with the increase in our universities, there's going to be definitely a bit more well-paying job, or somewhat well-paying job, which should then improve our situation a lot. We're within a month from the trench works to be done. Potentially within a one roll, actually. Which, if we get that lucky, that'd be quite nice. It's unlikely that we'll get quite that lucky, though. Okay, and now it's definitely within a week. Well, not necessarily. Oh, but the 4 laws. Progress to study. Okay, now it's guaranteed. But there we go. So we should be getting the small amounts of welfare, which should then also help a little bit with the situation down here. Oh, there's trench works. Right. No, that's the Navy. That's the Army. Upgrade all infantry. It's going to be quite nice. And let's also have a look at the mobilization real quick. I don't think... oh, right, there's the luxurious supplies. I don't know if we want to go for that. I mean, I suppose it would be another 10%. Sure. I'm also going to go and put in some tobacco. There's going to be a bit more expensive through that, but it might also impact our effectiveness slightly further. So it's got a decent defense. It's probably going to be increasing quite a bit once we get the troops fully upgraded. So 48 right now. Oh, didn't mean to zoom out there. Yeah, so we've got 2 trench infantry. So the base is 40 defense and 30 offense versus 25 and 35 on this skirmish infantry. I suppose it is improving. Of course, having this... Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a bit of an older general. 64 years old. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go out and recruit another general. Get another... Oh, another stalwart defender would be kind of handy. Could go for surveyor for home, offense, and defense, because we'll be mostly defending anyway. That would support the Church of Finland a little bit, but I suppose that's alright. It's got the reckless advance, though. Oh, recovery rate for morale is not great. Okay, you know what? No, we're not going over that. The cautious might be okay. Morale loss is reduced. Supply requisitions, electricity is secured. Supply consumption is reduced. Yeah, I think that's fine. That does cost us a little bit of bureaucracy, though, so perhaps we'll go ahead and get another government administration building. Now, what are we in demand right now? More coal, some fabric, grain. We're still importing a whole lot of grain. I mean, we do produce some of it ourselves as well, but clearly not enough. That being said, I suppose, what are we getting in production right now? Oh, the threshing machines. Oh, that's actually going to be very nice, because it's going to allow us to then reduce the labor use at our farms. Now, we don't have a whole lot of farms necessarily to really benefit from that, but even just that little bit does mean that we'll be able to then utilize the farms that we do have slightly more effectively. Then in society, it's the pan-nationalism and military. We are not getting anything currently. I mean, we're researching defensive depth right now, but probably not going to be sufficient. At least not yet. Now, how's the army looking like right now? It's got an average defense of 49.4, which I suppose could be worse. Hey, law debate success. There we go. 38% chance of succeeding to the next roll. I'm getting some shortage of small arms right now. Those, we do have some domestic production for it. Although, not a whole lot. It's mostly being imported. I could, that's the import levels. Maybe we'll go out and... No tariffs on export. In fact, I might go ahead and subvent the... Oh, right, I can't change that right now. Never mind. The Voice of Nation. Group of respectable musical composers teaching at the Arts Academy of West Karelia have approached us. They have drawn attention to the alarming lack of proper national anthem to invigorate our people's spirits. So for 5 years, we get plus 20 prestige. Well, that's rather handy. So we've got 166 total, which we do need quite a bit more to get to the next ranking, but that's alright. Alright, still having some issues with the fertilizer, are we? We are indeed. I mean, overall, locally, it's not too bad, but yeah, I suppose overall there might not be just enough. Yeah, there's a lot of things that require, and there's some, yeah, we purchased some of that. Oh dear, prisons claiming Niger Delta. So I suppose, yeah, they just claimed the entire area, didn't they? So it's not necessarily directly on me, but there might be some tensions from that. Lobbyist lectures in Helsingfors, or in Helsinki. I'm going to take the legitimacy, and I'm going to reduce the interest group political strength for petite bourgeoisie. So petite bourgeoisie is starting to lose some power, which is going to hopefully strengthen the other parties now. Well, mostly I'm hoping for the young Finnish party to get a bit more powerful. So that ideally the trade unionists and the young Finnish party can then form the government combined, and then we can get a lot more progressive laws. So, hey, there we go. Speaking of laws, the poor laws are going to voting now. And it's, well, it's going to take a little bit. 2.5 months for the next roll. Which is not too bad, actually. Getting the port in our capital now. There we go. And then we'll get the glassworks and the railway in Ostrobothnia. And after that, explosive factory and a whole lot of construction sectors. This might actually be potentially bankrupting. Also, I suppose once we build all of that, we can just let the private sector take over the construction for a little while. And then start maybe draining that investment pool. But that is also, hopefully, going to start increasing our GDP a lot. We are still number 31. Let's actually have a look overall. So GDP, who are we close to? We have surpassed Denmark. We're still behind British Senegal and British East Africa. Sweden's got quite a lead on us. Norway's got a lead on us. And so many other nations as well, I guess. I reckon with the increase in construction speed, though, it's definitely going to help us. Now, with the laissez-faire capitalism, it does mean that the private sectors control most of the construction speed anyway. So whatever deficit there might be from that, it's not going to be too bad, hopefully. There we go, 16.6 standard of living. I believe we're still behind, yeah, we're still quite a bit behind Sweden and Cuba. But we've taken quite a distance between us and Australia now. Krakow's actually overtaken Australia as well. So there we go, so that is a little bit better. And, oh, right, okay, we're building a whole lot in Sweden right now. Okay, there's another trade center being built in our capital as well now. And no foreign constructions currently. The glassworks, that's only going to be taking 9 weeks to be built. Houses of Faith. The process of workhouses, including religious instructions in their work, has allowed the proposal of poor laws to gain favor within the Church of Finland. Let's just take the plus 10%. We don't need to necessarily strengthen the church any further. Petite bourgeoisie is still the biggest or most powerful of the interest groups. Industrialists are quite powerful as well, all things considered. I mean, we do have... Actually, let's have a look at the population a little bit. We haven't had a look at the chart in a moment. So labourers still make 48%. How much do the... well, I suppose if we just show more. So we've got a total of almost 50,000 capitalists. They do make 1.3% of the population. And the brokers also make a 1.5%. But yeah, there's the labourers and clerks, machinists, and shopkeepers that make a vast majority of the population. And there's the engineers and others. Political strength-wise, though, capitalists do definitely have the most power, followed by shopkeepers. In terms of culture, it's still 71% Finnish. There is 13, almost 14% Swedish, though, making over 500,000 of the population, which is not bad. And then the vast majority of the population are Protestants. There we go. The population is increasing almost 78,000 a year now, so that's actually not bad. Still got a little bit unincorporated population in the Finnish Congo down here. Which, speaking of which, we are getting another area at some point. Now, we are still... Yeah, we could have another... Well, actually, 2 more rubber plantation if we so choose to. But I don't think there's going to be enough population in here. I mean, the population is increasing. And there is work available. There's also a tiny bit of starvation, mind you, but not the end of the world, I reckon. Got 12.6 million GDP. I'm hoping that that is going to increase, especially once we get the glassworks over here. I reckon that's going to be even better. The glass demand has actually gone down a little bit locally, at least. In the Finnish market total, though, it's still in fairly high demand. And I reckon... Oh, there is actually demand in the world market for the glass. Okay. That could be an opportunity to increase the production even further. Now, we might have a bit of issue with the synthetic... well, I suppose we can make a synthetic dye over here, yeah? There's a decent demand for dyes overall. Unfortunately, it's not really enough to hire enough people in here. It's the problem. And they're trying to, but it's just, you know, it's tricky. But there we go. The glassworks have been built, and looks like they are recruiting already quite a bit. Yeah, okay. They've reached a point where they're no longer as profitable. At least not until we start selling some of it, maybe. Because we now have a bit more available. Ooh, lot of advancement. There we go. So 64% at voting. Okay, the next roll is probably going to be the last roll for the poor laws. I hope anyway. Now, how is the Russian GDP looking like? I haven't looked at that in a moment. It's almost 89 million, so they have started increasing a lot more without me. But at the same time, I suppose, yeah, our GDP is growing. It's just we took a massive dip over there, so we're kind of reaching the point where we had before the start of the war, independence war on our GDP, and I reckon we'll probably... Oh, there we go, pan-nationalism. Oh. Oh, hold on a minute, hold on a minute. Scandinavia. Okay, so Sweden supports me for the leadership. Wow. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to forming Scandinavia, to be fair. I suppose if we were to just... the candidates is Norway, myself, and Denmark. Of course, Norway... Well, no, Norway probably does get a bit of say in it. Denmark, how about you just start supporting me on this? I'm going to start improving relations with you and Norway. Wait, is... Oh, Norway's part of the British market now. Wait, is... Oh, Sweden's part of the British market as well. Oh, okay. Can I improve relations with Sweden as well? No, I don't need to. But, you know, if we can form Scandinavia, that would be actually kind of hilarious. That would also give us a lot more military and a lot more industrial base, actually, as well. I wonder, actually, so is there... What's in Norway? There's iron, there's sulfur. More sulfur, whaling, so we would get some oil. Is there also Iceland? I suppose that's part of Denmark. That doesn't have... Oh, it's got sulfur, actually, and whaling, of course. And there's also, I guess, Greenland, which has some more whaling. But other than Scania, I don't think there's a whole lot of coal available. No, not really. We might need to... Well, we might have some new ambitions here with the pan-nationalism sorted out. So we got already support for... Yeah, a lot of that. If we can get support from either Denmark or Norway, I suppose it's not impossible. Can I actually do something of a treaty with the Norwegians? I could support the independence. I'm not going to support the independence because that's going to anger the Swedes, and that's probably not going to be something we want. Yeah, I think it's probably just best for us to try to improve our relations with the Norwegians. The Danes, we already have cordial relations. I think we'd probably improve that even further. So there's a chance that they would actually support us for the... Oh, there we go, poor laws have passed. We do have the government administration somewhere. Yeah, it's all the way at the end, though. We'll have a little bit of tax deficit for a while then, but that's alright. So that should also start fixing some of the standard of living issues that might be there. Although I reckon the... Yeah, the welfare doesn't seem to be actually calculated in here yet. Of course, it might take like a month or so before that actually starts to play in there. Look at the railway in Ostrobothnia. That's going to be 7 weeks away. We've got quite a bit of construction. Oh, more trade centers being built in our capital, and another tooling workshop in Jutland. We own quite a bit of them, actually. Well, actually, not nearly that many. We do own at least one. So we're number 23 in terms of prestige, at least. Oh, we're leading producer of luxury furniture. Well, the third highest producer of luxury furniture right now. It's not bad. Oh, the current leverage... British Empire does have a lot of leverage on us. Well, it makes sense we do have a lot of trade with them. So is Denmark still part of the... They've got their own market. So I'm guessing they're not part of any factions, are they? No, they are unaligned right now. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long for us to get to 50 with Denmark on the relations. I don't know if that's going to be enough to have them support me, but maybe. It might be. If we form Scandinavia, then we'll be a lot stronger against any potential threat from Russia. So that would at least be quite handy. I wonder if we'd get maybe start supporting independent Baltic governance or someone. How is there right. They haven't been annexed yet. They would not be... Oh, yeah, they don't want to get independence right now. Right, they got relation with the Russians. Alright, then. Oh, landing craft is spreading to us. Okay. What's the... Hold on, that was just the modifier. Yeah, ignore difficult landing penalty. Which means that you can do landings with a lot less fleet if you so choose to. Which can be useful, but it's not necessarily something that we need to worry about. Oh, there we go. The innovation is 81. Alright then. I was hoping for a little bit more than that, but I guess... I don't know if all the universities are actually fully hired yet, or fully staffed yet. Maybe they are. Oh, wait, no, it was from 12 to 20. Yeah, no, it's not going to be that high then. But yeah, it's still an increase overall. Could be a lot higher, mind you, but I guess we'll worry about that later. There we go. Still got good... Oh! Right, Britain colonized South Angola. French Republic unredacted. A book rejection of publication in French Republic due to their restrictive laws has been accepted by a Finnish publisher. You know what? No. By the law of Finland, they have the right to print it. That's going to make everyone like us, except France. No, and speaking of France, they're fighting another war over here in West Africa. I guess that land is probably going to go to French Senegal afterwards. Ooh. Ongoing power struggle. Wait, what? No. I said, why are we having a power struggle again? Okay, I didn't mean to, if I'm all honest. I don't actually have the advantage in there, though. I don't think I'll be able to get that. Although, I suppose once we do form... Well, if we do manage to form Scandinavia, then maybe. But first we need to get support from either Denmark or Norway. Neither one is willing to give that support yet. A limited political resource of the landowners have made the group's leadership question its membership in both the French Association and the Anti-American League. There's no reason to stay in the Anti-American League, I think. Which probably means that the Anti-American League is soon no... Oh, rubber discovered in Niger Delta, finally. Can we actually build any in here? No, we don't have the... We only got like 1 or 2 sets. Oh, right, yeah, we only got 1 area over here. So, it's a bit limited. Now, I have a feeling that we probably won't be able to close off the Dutch colony over here. They're colonizing from the other side as well right now. Which actually, that could prove to be handy for us. They've got 1,000 days for the next tile. Like, if they start focusing more on that side, we might be able to close off this here, then try to get to Congo. Now, Congo itself does have some iron mines and logging camps. And actually quite a bit of various... Oh, yeah, they've got orchards and fabric. Alright, then. Now, how's the construction coming along? So the explosive factory at Kuopio is still 12 weeks away, and we're getting some more construction sectors. Of course, right now the construction sector build speed is not very high. So of course, once we start getting a few more of these, then that's going to speed up the construction speed a lot. But we will hopefully then get the, you know what, we might go ahead and get the government administration building a little bit high on the list, just to make sure that we've got the bureaucracy points available. We'll get after the 3 construction sectors and all that we've still got underway. Still stockpiling gold. Insufficient construction for investment pool. I mean, I know, we're trying to do something about that. Try to get to, like, I don't know, but actually might be getting pretty close to 200 total construction speed. We might actually just make sure that we do get to that point. Now, the private sector is still building a whole lot in the Dutch colonies. Well, not necessarily all in colonies. There's also quite a bit in Holland. Relations with Italy cannot be improved any further. We're still improving relations with Norway. Denmark, could we do some treaties with you, perhaps? If I give you investment rights... Well, they would be very happy with that, actually. Yeah, if you... okay, I can get investment rights both ways. I don't suppose I can ask for the... no, not directly. But I suppose if we get this, that's going to probably improve our relations enough. They perhaps would then be... Actually, obligation? No, they're not going to be willing to give me obligation. But yeah, we'll go for that. Could be an easy treaty. Oh, Belgium left the alliance, okay. Got the agreement, so now maybe... We'll start getting better relations with Denmark. No, it's going to stay at 50 at least, so I suppose there's that. We've got good relations, desirable ally. And ammunition shortage again. Well, no surprises there. But yeah, maybe, just maybe... I wonder actually, Denmark, so I can do a potential play against you? Maybe, no, I don't think so actually. Oh, because we don't have... right, hold on a minute. I know what we're going to do. Remove the interest from Arctic Russia down to Scandinavia. That might improve the attitudes of both Norway and Denmark. And then we might be able to perhaps ask them to support me. It's not entirely clear if they would accept that or not, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Right, there we go. We've got the explosive factory. I do wonder, actually, is that profitable right now? Not fully. There's still a little bit of demand in the Finnish market, of course. I suppose now we're probably importing... Yeah, we're only importing 40 explosives now. So we've managed to get the domestic production high enough to cover most of it. Well, there we go. We're getting the government administration now. Of course, the construction speed is starting to increase quite nicely. Although we might have some lack of workforce, quite frankly. But we're getting 80,000 increase per year on our population, which is not too shabby, actually. And there we go. So now we're going to have a look at Denmark. Maybe. Are we going to humiliate them? I don't really want to humiliate them. Okay, so that's not going to be how it's going to be done then, I guess. We would force them. I don't know if they would... honestly, I'd rather just wait for them to willingly support me. And just improve relations with them for the time being. But again, we just need to get either Norway or Denmark to support us, and then we should be able to form Scandinavia. Right now, though, it's unclear if they will ever support us or not. Oh, wait, does that actually unlock the... No. Well, at least we've got good relations with them, if nothing else. But yeah, it might take a while for them to kind of get around to maybe start supporting us. And I'm not entirely sure that they will support us, but there's a possibility for it, I suppose I should say. What's actually improving our relation with the Swedes? Okay, it's actually... No, it's maxed out already, okay. Let's have a look at the treaties that we could maybe do with the Swedes. We can't... Oh, military assistance. We can't do alliance because they have already alliance with the Dutch. So that won't really happen. The defensive pact... Can't give an obligation for them, so no, that probably would not work. It would be useful, though, for my safety. But in the meanwhile, there's a whole lot of construction sectors being built now. It's probably going to cost us a lot of money, building up so much more construction works, but at the same time, it also means that the private sector is going to be able to just flood everywhere so that we can get the profits from, you know, many buildings. Oh, there we go, there's the treasure machines. I believe this is only extra tool uses, right? That's only the... Oh, right, hold on a bit. Yeah, it does use a bit of coal as well. Go and put those in. Here we go. There we go. So that's at least allowing us to do a whole lot more construction. And we'll see... I mean, we're still making so much more money, actually, as well. I mean, I suppose it's kind of fluctuating a little bit because the buildings are being built so quickly. The construction sectors are quite cheap to make, let's be honest. We've got a good... yeah, the population increase is also improving. It's 2% per year. Oh, it's actually not bad. Standard of living is fluctuating a little bit, now number 4 again. Standard, or the literary rate rather, hasn't increased too much, but the construction speed has increased. Well, GDP, because of the construction speed increase, has improved drastically. 13.2 billion already, so it's almost to the new record for this run. Well, the highest that we've been thus far on this particular run. Right, so Denmark, I don't suppose, since we've got a good relation with you, I don't think we can actually demand for your support. No, I don't think so. I mean, it does say launch leadership play against Denmark. Let's actually have a look. What does that do? They would not accept that. We would have Sweden on our side, but it's probably not going to work out. No. We can't do that on... Ah, we're on obligation to Sweden, so we can't try to force Norway. Because Norway is, of course, still a subject under Sweden, but I do feel that we are actually out of time with this episode, so enjoy this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.